Well, you're in my video.
Good morning, gear junkies. Believe it or not, this is all the stuff I fit into this pack yesterday. The Ascensionist 45 from Patagonia. So first, disclaimer, if you come here for car content and you're just looking for car stuff today, today's not your day. We're going to be talking about some gear and some backcountry stuff. There's your warning. So today and yesterday, this is probably going to be like a 3-day field trip. In and out from home, back to Kananaskis. Did some ski touring, going to do some snowshoeing and some alpine adventure. And I've got this new pack I haven't really used. It's the Patagonia Ascensionist 45. I have a smaller version of the same pack. It's the Ascensionist 25, I think it is, that I use for commuting and biking and some other stuff. And so I thought, it's not really big enough for the winter. And so what I really wanted was that 45, 50-liter pack so I can put all this junk in and feel like I'm safe and comfortable and I've got enough stuff to spend a day in the backcountry. So we're going to check this all out and call this my first gear review. And you know, the channel's called Streets and Peaks because believe it or not, I drive my FRS into the Rockies right to where the road is closed and I start hiking from there. End of the road. This is where we start walking. What a beautiful day. Amazing. Bringing all my friends. Yeah, buddy. So isn't it totally just a guy thing to bring way more gear than you could possibly need? Just in case I have to like overnight or something. I've got like tons of food, I've got my skis, and this path is totally hard packed. So I think those ladies had the right idea. Maybe this will just be a hike until it gets steep. Look at this though. Oh man. Streets and peaks. Let's go to the summit. So the other reason for the long walk today, I'm testing out some new gear I haven't used yet. I've got a new pack from Patagonia. So this new pack, it's not new for Patagonia, but it's new for me. It's the Ascensionist series. It's super lightweight. And this is the 45. And I'm about 6 feet tall. And so this pack actually comes in a long. It's like basically a tall version for tall torso. I've been using the Ascensionist 25 for cycling, like a commuter bag and light hikes in the summer. And I love how light it is, how minimal it is. It's ripstop nylon, but very basic, just has what you need. And so what I wanted to test today was this old school pyramid ski carry, which I haven't done for years. But this is the story. So I've been using Dakine packs, mostly heli packs and Vertex packs and things like that for years. And I used to work with those guys quite a bit. But they're so heavy. And you probably saw all the junk in my trunk. I carry a lot of gear when I'm hiking, so I can't be hauling an extra 5 pounds or 10 pounds in backpack. And so this Ascensionist pack is, like I said, super minimal. And what I wanted to try today is load it up. I'm probably You know, with my skis, I'm probably close to 70 pounds on my back. And just see how it wears over a long haul. So we're gonna give this, I'm guessing this hike is probably an hour, hour and a half, and see how it feels. So far, so good. It's got pretty minimal shoulder strap, but in this long version, I've got a pretty big shoulder. It's big enough for me. And full waist padded support, you know, with some extra clip-on devices and all the normal adjustments that you'd expect just to hold the weight on your hips. So far, so good. So I guess about the only thing I'm missing out here, I've got my lunch. Got a ham and cheese wrap, got an apple and a banana. We've got some hot chicken soup. And a kokanee. Yeah, baby. Oh yeah, earned that today. Gotta love it. Whew. As for the pack, I like the pack. I'm probably not in the best shape for carrying all this stuff, but super light, nice fit. Doesn't bother me any more than my other packs. The ski carry, the old school TP ski carry, is very balanced actually. I just need to tweak it a little bit because it's a bit of a teardrop shape, upside down. So the bottom of the pack's actually thinner than the top of the pack. And so I just need to play with the skis and figure out the right position. But yeah, 2 hours with my skis on the back, that wasn't bad at all actually. So cheers. So first things first, the Dream Crusher. Everything comes down to weight when you're hauling it on your back and on your feet. So what we're gonna do is basically load up this pack and see what I had in there yesterday. Spent about 4 hours touring with this gear yesterday, and we'll load it all up and see how much weight I had in there. And then we'll do a little special review of how smart a packer I am. But quickly, before we put my packing skills to the test and the scale, let's go through quickly what's in here. All right. I like to tour with telemark gear. If you don't know what telemark is and you're like some young kid, don't worry. Crispy CXR, most comfortable boot I've ever had. Great Vibram sole. Pair those up with some ancient explosive 3s. Probably circa 1997 or something. These guys are probably like a 196. They're pretty long, but I like that. For safety gear that we probably can't part with, first aid kit, flashlight, emergency blanket, compass, emergency tool, map of where I'm going, little stuff sack, a light, probe, shovel, my ancient beacon, but it still works great. Those are the things I probably would never take out of my pack. Yesterday, optional things. So I brought my skins, but it turned out the pack was totally hard packed, so I didn't actually use them. Brought some goggles. Ended up being a super sunny day, so I just wore sunglasses all day. I usually pack an extra lens, so I've got a bad weather lens and a dark lens for sunshine. Some extra super comfy warm gloves from Marmot, some touring gloves with soft shell so they breathe pretty good. Lecky carbon adjustable poles, removable wrists. Anyone who's a big pole fan, these are the Trigger S, the Peak series. They're great, they're super light, I use them for everything. In my camera gear, in this space right here, insert my camera that I'm filming on, T7i. I brought a long lens because I knew I'd have some long views. Little safety case from Lowe. Tripod, I use this for holding when I'm doing selfies. Also brought my GoPro Sessions, the smallest one I can get, with a selfie stick. I threw this GoPro in here. It wasn't actually in my pack, but I used this for shooting on my car yesterday. Extra battery always. I brought the Rode mic. Wasn't sure if there was going to be lots of wind or not, but turns out there was none, so I didn't use that either. Bring your ID in case, you know, there's an emergency. Goes without saying, bring a can of kokanee for the summit. Extra liter of water. I've got this funky Campers Village drinking hose, so I can actually pop this in the bottle and leave this hose out of my bag instead of using a Camelback. I hate Camelbacks. And if you use a Katadyn filter, this will actually, my filter actually fits right onto this bottle too. Bought a bottle of tea, which I didn't drink because it was actually quite warm. My lunch, my sunglasses, extra puffy jacket. These Mountain Hardwear coats are as light as they get. It's a 900 fill. I only brought one hat, windstopper, and some tragically worn Patagonia pants that you can see need a new crotch sewn in, but I love those pants. But they're not the lightest pants in the world. Full linings for comfort, but I could probably do better for weight. And that was it for the day. All right, so to make our life easy, I happen to be spot on 201 pounds, right around 200. This is me with my pack only. This pack, if I can stand still, it's about 2 pounds. All right, my friends, full gear. This is exactly the kit I wore yesterday. Full pack. You can see it sits really nice on the hip. All the adjustments that you need on a pack. Very comfortable. I don't have my sternum strap done up just because I had my camera in my pocket, but love the pack. But this is, from what you just saw on the table, totally at capacity. So now, the Dream Crusher. Remember, we started at 200 pounds. Full boots and poles. Just over 240, 242. But remember this. Hey, buddy. I was carrying these on my back for almost the whole day. Yeah, that's right. That girl's been giving me the finger since 1998. So with skis on my pack, $250 easy. If I get my weight centered, about 255. Yeah, caramba. So I guessed yesterday 45 in the pack, and it was actually 55 with my skis. That's a lot of weight. Yeah, caramba. So pack alone, just my pack with my gear is 42 pounds. Let's see what we can strip out of that from the things I didn't use yesterday. All right, wow. So now we've seen how much junk and how much weight I can put into a pack. I guess the lesson is, what can I take out safely that I know I didn't need at all? So here we go. Didn't touch the tea until I actually got back. That's 2 pounds. Food, water, beer, all stays. I didn't actually use the Rode mic because it was so clear and it was no wind at all. So I didn't need that. Debatable if you need that on different days. Obviously you didn't need to pack a GoPro. I brought 2 selfie sticks and I actually used them both, so I'm gonna stick with that. For my camera, whoops, I brought my long lens. I only used it once. I'm on the fence with the long lens. If I was actually spending the day doing some photography, I would probably like it, but I was just up getting some exercise and touring, so I would probably nix that. In this other gear, I packed my skis, I skied. I didn't actually leave the trail, was actually the road. It's a closed road, and so there's really no risk of avalanche. So conceivably, I know you backcountry people are gonna freak out. I never left the road. I didn't really need my shovel and my probe. Didn't have to look at the map. Nice to have. All this other stuff I would just keep just because it's safety equipment. Beacon, if I don't have a shovel and a probe, I don't know about the beacon, but who knows if some giant slide came off the mountain and buried me on the road. I would keep that, hardly weighs anything. Didn't wear my goggles. Didn't use my extra heavy puffy gloves. And I never used my skins. If I knew the pack on the trail was so hard, I would have known I didn't need them. So that is, without getting my shovel and my probe properly on there, I saved 10 pounds. 10 pounds of savings in just the stuff I didn't use. I know, like I said, backcountry people, you're probably gonna put your shovel and your probe in, but that's probably less than a pound. So there's a lot of extra gear there, especially food and water. Like I've got a whole thermos of my favorite chai tea. That thing weighs 2 pounds. I totally didn't need that. So next trip, I leave that in the car. So let's put this back together and see how much it is now. All right, round two. Round two after the diet. So peeled back. Well, most of the stuff I could think of out of the pack. Some of the things we said. Extra lenses. Don't really need a mic unless it's windy. The tea was 2 pounds with the thermos. Extra goggles, my skins, extra heavy gloves. Like, man, I didn't really take a lot out of there. The one other thing I did though is lighter pants. I don't have to wear my super comfy alpine pants. These are some Patagonia Primo pants. They're 3-ply, no extra lining. And here we go. $237 or 36. So I saved 6 pounds. So why did I say 10 pounds before? Okay, here's the reason. So you could see when I was already arguing with myself about the safety gear. I kept my shovel. I kept all of my safety gear. I mean, that's silly. You just never know in the backcountry what you're gonna need or what you're gonna encounter. So if you have to peel back anything, peel back thermos full of tea and you know, any extra clothing maybe that you don't need. But as it is 6 pounds, you know, I could take out a beer and save half a pound. But in a real, you know, backcountry day, I'm gonna need my skins. A longer day, I'll probably want something warmer. And so I would probably end up only saving the long lens. And if I got to that point, I would probably take it and just say, hey, let's just do it. And so, lesson learned. I'm pretty minimal, I think, already. So that's about as good as it gets. It's wearing much smaller. And the thing I like about this style is you can see this teardrop shape. It's actually narrower at the bottom at your hip. So where my heavier weight is, and it gets a little bit wider towards the shoulder, so it fits your back really naturally. I really like the fit of this. And so, you know, I spent 4 hours with the extra weight on my back yesterday. I'd have no problem pulling it off. So let's have a look quickly inside the pack. So there we go, pack loaded. So like I said before, fully featured harness. Compression on your shoulders, compression at the waist. It's about 3.5, 4-inch waist pad, which sits really nicely on your hips. It's also a wicking material, so it stays dry. I'll show you inside after, but there is actually a frame in this pack. This side that goes, this slide that goes all the way around is actually an aluminum frame with a PVC backing. Lots of lash on points. You know, I run a water, I run my whistle. A couple of extra tool hangers. I'm not a big climber, but I keep an extra locking beaner on here just for anything if I lock my gloves on or wrist straps that I don't want to lose. One big top compartment. Again, lots of lash on points on the outside. For tools, there's some extra spots here. Double compression on both sides. You can use this for stowing things. I've got a little better system to put my handle on the outside, so I'll attach that after. I've just got some little loops from Patagonia. Inside though, this is pretty interesting. So here on the outside to get in, I love how it just has this one lash point. All you do is go here and you're in. One quick release. There's a pull here for sealing this up, but you just hold that tab to open up the whole top and you're in. Inside, there is a separate baffle, so you can create a separate compartment. If I was hauling my skins, I would definitely drop my skins in here, especially if they're wet. This will actually seal up from the rest of your bag and keep everything else dry. The other use for this, of course, is expansion. Look how much volume you could add if you just filled this whole thing to the top and just loaded this up. Hopefully I won't do that. Now getting inside, of course, this is just a stuff sack. It's just one big compartment, so you gotta be smart. Put the things that you want most at the top. I like super easy access to my camera. My water, I actually run a hose and it's down the side here. You can't see it, but that way I have 1 liter of water available all the time. My extra gloves or anything, if it's cold weather, I like to keep them near the top. My tripod near the top. And then down towards the bottom. Well, one other thing on the top. I like to have super easy access to my shovel if I need my shovel, obviously. I can just open it up, pull this right out. And then as you go down, extra jacket. I don't know who put that beer in there. And then my lunch towards my back. It's a nice soft, I have a little soft container for my lunch. And again, my probe at the side, so it's super easy access. I have an external probe case that I would probably use if it was an extended trip or an actual full day ski trip. And that's about it. So overall, for sure, thumbs up on this pack. Especially for how comfortable it is. Really comfortable on my back. Weighs less than 2 pounds. And, you know, the one thing I would say is if you are a vlogger or a photographer and you need to carry more camera equipment than this, you all know these technical alpine style top stuffing bags, they're not the easiest access. So if you know you're going out for a day of shooting, you know, maybe think twice or think about using the waist strap. Like my Low Pro has a waist strap attachment. So that little strap, I can run that through my belt on my pack and just have that on the outside so it's easy access. But I guess the other question is, if I had taken all that stuff out and I didn't need my safety equipment, do I need a 45? You know, maybe not. Maybe if I was going high alpine and I was packing a big puffy jacket, maybe I would need that extra volume. But that's why I have the smaller one. So best of both worlds. But it's true, you know, less is more. If you can get the minimal pack that you need, the lightest weight, less features is honestly less weight. So thumbs up, Patagonia. Love it. Let's get out there and do some more stuff. And so, by the way, if you are a gearhead, I've got tons of information like this. If you didn't know, I used to actually own a store in Whistler that was a kind of a lifestyle ski board store. So got a lot of connections. I've got a lot of gear that I love testing and getting out in the backcountry. So if you like this kind of stuff, leave a comment for me for sure so I know. And like I said, for you car guys, you know, at least we get to drive out to the mountains. There's so much snow here. I think it's going to be a long season before we get the car out for real. But But don't worry, there'll be lots of car content too coming. Got lots of exciting plans. Got the new hood coming, and some more exciting stuff I haven't said yet. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all those fun things. And check out Instagram. There's some great pictures on there. Streets and Peaks. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Now we'll see 2 hours of climbing. Everyone guess how long it takes me to get down. Yeah, so much lighter with no skis, my God. Obviously, but so nice. Definitely earned our turns today. Let's go put some down.